listening to the rocking sounds of Bobby Moon. Listening to my old school radio, raw and rockin'.
Welcome to Raw and Rockin' with Bobby Moon, an hour or so podcast about the SoCal music scene, including interviews with local bands and touring acts rolling through town, sharing my views and opinions on new albums, live shows, and all things musical. Everyone, welcome to show number 3. Today I have with me my brother and electronic composer and multi-instrumentalist, Geroge Sarah. George started with piano, a little background, before high school, and George started playing bass in high school, joining and playing in bands he'd formed with friends. In 1985, he joined the post-punk goth band Life After Death, who recorded a 4-song self-titled EP. Life After Death have a cult following to this day, and we're going to start with the first track, Life After Death, in Living Color. Life After Death broke up in 1987, and the members went their separate ways. George, any memories of those days?
Not much. I think I was drinking a lot those days.
Yeah. Well, shortly after, you formed the project Taxic Device. I know at that time you became a vegetarian, way ahead of the time. I couldn't understand it at the time. Now, we all get it. But did that influence you? Naming your band Taxic Device, because that's a device to torture animals, right?
Yeah. The name I didn't. Another member of the band came up with the name. But yeah, that we were very inspired by what was going on with the treatment of animals, factory farming, as well as things like vivisection. So obviously that the name would be a very accurate ethos of what we were trying to do. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, let's hear some Taxic Device. This is a song called Lost Land. Taxic Device with Lost Land. Now, George, Taxic, that didn't last very long. It broke pretty fast, right? Or,
it was 4 years.
oh, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, and then and on that particular song, I actually sang, wrote the words. I didn't do a lot of vocals that band, but that was one particular song. Wrote the words, music. Yeah, so it was 4 years.
And what happened? I mean, why did you decide to move on?
Well, the band originally started as more like an experimental industrial um, band. So the people in the band, they weren't musicians. So I think, I mean, the idea was to, kind of Einstürzende Neubauten, a lot of banging on metal, creating sound, and it's more like using their voice as an effect, things like that. And as it was great, in the beginning, but after several years, one's musical taste broadens and changes, and so I wanted to do more song structured music. It was really difficult to have people who weren't necessarily musicians uh, play music. So it was like I felt like I hit an impasse, and so yeah, at the time it was just I think it pretty much it ran its course in my opinion. It was as far as you can take something, and it was time to move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next you formed a group called THC, and I know you're not a weed head, so
No,
THC must stand for something else.
the hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hardcore.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's listen to a track before we move on. This is Overfire by THC.